Welcome to the MoneyWise Channel, a place where we talk about inspirational things and setting of goals. Today we will be going through emails again, which I'm so excited about. Keep sending me your emails, asking me questions, and I'll give you my opinion and some facts. Today, the email basically was asking me about balance, and so I'm going to talk about balance. First of all, balance means to put even weights on all sides. And when you think of that in a life way, we all are seeking some type of balance, right? Either it's our relationships, things we're doing far as our goals. We're trying to balance ourselves as we go for our goals. We're trying to balance ourselves far as our peace and anger. We try to balance ourselves far as our diet. We're trying to balance things far as our weight. It's so many things we're dealing with balance. And this is my thing. We shouldn't become too over. Don't become obsessed with being balanced. Because, see, I think all things don't need to be balanced, to be totally honest with you. I think some things may need to be unbalanced. Like, let's say if you want to be successful, right? It's going to be hard to say you want everybody to have the same weight on both sides dealing with success. You may want more. If you want to be rich and wealthy, you can't look at it like you want the whole world to be rich and wealthy. The Bible said the poor will be with you always. So there's not going to be a balance as far as that. I know people say you got to have balance, you got to have balance, you got to have balance. But I just don't see how you're going to have balance in everything. There's going to be some things that's not going to be weighted the same on all sides. You can look in families and see other people doing better than other people. You can look in sports and see other people are winning more championships than the other people. You see things like this all the time. People driving better cars, better relationships. So what is the balance? That's not very balanced. There's people starving in the world while other people are just throwing food all over the place. So when you see this, it makes it hard for me to understand when you say things need to be balanced. So I don't know if balance is something you're really going to make as a goal to make sure everything is balanced. I would say it would be more about what works for you. How does this work for you? When you're doing anything, how does that work for you, the ones you love, the ones you care about? Because it's a thing. It's not about trying to help everybody. The way, if you really want to help the world have balance, the first person you need to help is yourself. If you help yourself, then we as the world won't have to worry about you. So if you go get rich, then we ain't got to worry about you starving. If you go get a job, we don't have to worry about you not being able to pay your bills. If you take care of your kids, then we don't have to take care of your kids. Now that's balance. Let's roll with that. Take care of you. Self-preservation, I believe, is number one. Find your balance in that. If you're talking about spiritual balance, once again, don't worry about what everybody else is doing spiritually. If they're meditating, if they're praying, if they're reading the scriptures, if they're doing whatever you believe that someone needs to do, go to church every Sunday, whatever, Saturday. Don't worry about other people. If you worry about you and you get what you call balance in your life, then that will balance out the world as far as you're concerned. See, you have to make sure that you're balancing your anger. There's so many bad things happening in the world. There's so many people doing bad things. Well, can you balance out your bad things that you're doing in the world? Can you do that? Because if you do that, then that will help everybody else. Because everybody else won't have to worry about your bad stuff. If you're doing good stuff, that's great. Because that means that's going to balance out everything else in the world. If you want to deal with balance. If this person is doing bad and you're doing good, then that's going to start to balance itself out, if that's the way you want to see balance. So if that's so important to you that balance is in the world, how you combat that or work with that or deal with that is that you make sure you are what you call balanced in your life and you bring that to the table. And that's how this motion gets to moving in life. If you can see that, if you really think about it, right? Whatever it is that you want in the world, it's because that purpose is set in you. That's your purpose. That's what's set for you on your path, on your journey, for you to do what you do. And that's what's going to add to the world. You know, somebody had to come through somebody and say, that's enough darkness at night in our houses. So that had to be put on them. And then they said, we need to balance this. And then something was created through them, and so on and so on and so on. Now there's light in the houses. You know, somebody said we need more of a balance so we can have water in the house where we don't have to walk to the lake all day. Okay, running water. That was created through somebody. They brought balance to that. So that's the way that this works. If it's in you, it feels like it's a purpose for you to do, then you do it. Quit trying to push everybody else, because that doesn't bring balance. Anything that you want distributed, even around the world, that you believe that would bring balance, then you put it forth. If you feel like my family wasn't very educated, well, instead of talking about what they're not educated, why don't you get educated and bring that into the family? Now that would change it. You could be the first person in your family with an associate's degree, or a bachelor's degree, or a master's, or so on and so on and so on, right? Now, that should be pretty simple, right? That really should set your course. When you really think about it, that should kind of set your mind right now. So, because see, you have to stop looking to everybody outside of you. You got to start looking at you. You got to look inside. You know, your enemy is not outside of you. Your enemy is the inner me. That's what it is. Inner me. That's your enemy. So once you fix that, then once you get your insides right, you get your spiritual right, you get your mind right, you get your body right, everything dealing with you, once you get that right, then boom, now things are moving the way you wanted to go. Now things will get what you call balance, because things will start to distribute and be weighted on both sides the right way. And now it'll start that motion, that energy of flowing the way you want it to go. So things will be peaceful far as your life is concerned, and you'll start seeing things moving the way you want them to move, and you can get excited about it. That's what you call balance. That's how you distribute evenly on all sides. This is how it happens. Stop worrying about other people. You will never be able to control other people. They're always going to do what they want to do. The most exciting thing in life is when you see changes within yourself. You hear what I said? The most exciting thing is when you see changes within yourself. So get excited about changing yourself, because that's something you can do every day. Every day you get up, you can do something to excel or to push yourself to a higher level. You can do that. You can every day you can work on yourself to balance yourself, because you're with yourself. So you know exactly what you need to do to balance yourself. You don't know somebody else's life. You're not with them 24 hours a day, but you know who you are with 24 hours a day? Do you know who you are with 24 hours a day? You're with yourself. So if you can't push yourself, guide yourself, balance yourself, you dang sure ain't gonna be able to do it for nobody else. So do it for you. Look in the mirror every day and check your balances and do your checks with yourself, and you will be great. And that's how you will get an even weight distributed and balanced and weighted on all sides, and it'll be pure and everybody will be happy. Yo, just remember every day to smile. And remember this, plans may change, but goals stay the same. Like and subscribe to this MoneyWise channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Okay? Yep.